If somebody had told me 3, maybe 5, maybe 10 years ago that I would build a business that's worth 3 million or that has made 3 million rand, I would not have believed them. I would have said, man, this is a lie. I remember my first job, my first ever job. My salary was 1,850 rand. Now I want you to think about that. I was fresh out of school. I was 18 years old. I was working in Joburg, and my first salary was 1,850 rand. Not 18,000 rand, not 8,000 rand, 1,850 rand. Every single time that I got paid at work, I remember this quite fondly, I had a choice. I could either pay for my transport and eat, or I could buy myself something really nice and then just starve for the whole month. Like just have like fed cook for the whole month. So yeah, that was an interesting time. And being here now from that place, completely different, way different. So back to the 3 million rand. Well, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is it's not as glamorous as it sounds. I know 3 million rand is a lot of money for a whole lot of people in South Africa. So I'm not going to go on like that is not a life-changing amount of money. It is. It did change my life. But I still feel like incomplete. I still feel like a failure. I still have bad days where just nothing goes right. I still have a little bit of depression. And that's what this video is about. I want to talk you through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the first thing that I'm going to say, the first common misconception is that when you make 3 million rand in business, people actually expect you to log into your ABSA account or your Standard Bank account or whatever bank it is that you have, and you're going to log in and you're going to see 3,000,000. That means you've made 3 million. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Usually what happens is in business, you are doing a lot of revenue, but you also have to pay people. You have to pay your staff. You have to pay your suppliers. You have to pay for fuel to go to meetings. You have to pay for all of the stuff, equipments. You have to pay for your website. And so you are earning a lot of money, but you also have a lot of expenses as well. So the money never ever just sits in your bank account. The money's at work. And while we're talking about putting money to work, this is something that I want you to realize as well. When I started this business, I was a used car salesman. I was doing good in that field, but I'd never saved money before. And I wasn't planning on starting my business. Or rather, I was planning on starting my business, but I didn't know how. And so I never saved up because I never knew how much do I save? What am I going to do? So eventually, I quit my job and I only had 5,000 rand in my bank account. And I somehow had to figure out how I'm going to build a whole entire business from this 5,000 rand. So the one thing I want you to understand is I know how it feels to be broke. I'm not just some rich kid. I literally know how it feels to be broke. Like I said, started off with that first salary of 1,850 rand, and that taught me all the lessons in life. Luckily, I didn't keep the job for long. I quit after 9 months. And then I started doing things here, doing things there. And eventually I landed myself in a position where I could start my first business. My first business failed, started my second business. My second business failed. Now I'm on my third business, and my third business is doing extremely well. It's been going for about 8 years now, and I'm just so proud of how far I've come. So I guess the main reason why I wanted to make this video is, number one, so that people can see that it's possible. Number two, so that people can see that even when you have achieve these things, even when you have made that amount of money, your life really doesn't change. Going from 0 rand to 30,000 rand a month, it's a mind-blowing change. You can finally afford to buy a car. You can finally afford to move out of your parents' house because you're going from literally 0 per month to 30,000 rand per month. But going from 30,000 rand per month to maybe 10 times that, 300,000 rand per month, nothing much changes. You just get better stuff, but you don't feel any different. Like if you go from 0 to 30,000 rand, you're going to be so much happier. You're going to be so much fulfilled because you can feel a life-changing amount of money come through your hands. But going from 30,000 rand to 300,000 rand, all you do is you're just leveling up stuff. You get a better car. You get a better TV. You get a better laptop. You get a better place to stay. So you don't feel as different as you think you're going to feel. And a lot of people say to me, well, Devin, that's nice for you. That's good for you. But if I had that amount of money, I would be so happy. No, you won't. Honestly, I'm looking you in the eye right now. I'm telling you, you're not going to be. Because every single thing that makes you unhappy right now, when you get more money, all of those things multiply. If you're not happy with your payslip and people are taking out money for UIF and tax and you just wish you had all the money, well, guess what? If you get into business, you're going to pay a lot more tax. If you're unhappy about expenses and you have to pay your car and your kids and there's always school fees and stuff, well, guess what? When you have more money, the people around you are going to expect more from you, which means more expenses. So now not only are you feeding your family, but you're feeding your staff, and your staff have to feed their families, and they count on you for more money. So it's sort of weird that the more you get, the more you have to give. I think it's a blessing. I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to pay all your bills at the end of the month and just, sit back and relax and still have money left over. But it's not the heaven on earth version that you tell yourself that it is. And that's just real talk from somebody who's done it. And I've also seen other people do it. And you know what's weird? I was always wondering, when I was working, my boss has so much money. Why isn't he happy? Look at this guy. He's driving a Porsche. Why isn't he happy? Well, that guy might be driving a Porsche, but he's thinking about his tax bill. Your boss might be earning a lot of money, but he has a whole building of people that he's responsible for. So I just wanted to let you know that it's not all sunshine and roses. And yeah, for a long time, I felt like a failure. Even after earning all this money, some days I wake up and I think, man, you suck. You suck. You should have been retired. You should have done this. But one thing I've had to learn was there's a lot of things inside of me that I never addressed before. And I was sort of using work, using my business, using my YouTube channels to hide the pain so that I wouldn't have to confront the pain, so that I wouldn't have to feel the pain, so that eventually I wouldn't have to deal with the pain. I'm reading this book right now called The Mountain Is You by, I think it's Brianna West or Brianna Weist. And basically, you see there's a little muggy floating around this camera. And basically, she talks about this. And I watch a lot of therapy YouTube videos as well, and they talk about unmet needs. And so what happens is when we grow up, maybe your father isn't there, maybe your mother isn't around, maybe your family wasn't good to you, and we somehow think that we are going to fix all of our pain with money. It's not going to happen. Only Jesus can heal your pain. As far as money goes, money is just a useful distraction. But what you find very quickly with money is money can really lead you to a depressing space where you start to realize that you can't solve all your problems with money. The good news is you can still go on holiday with money. You can still go out with friends and they'll make you happy. You can still take a couple of days off work and you know that money doesn't really matter. And I think that's the beautiful thing about money is the freedom that it gives you to enjoy your life more. The freedom that it gives you to take a break when you need to take a break. And that's what I've learned. It's not the fact that you turn into a different person. It's just the fact that you get to enjoy some things just a little bit longer than most people do. Like in my business right now, I don't really have to work for 2 weeks if I really didn't want to. And the business that I'm building, I'm probably not going to need to work for 3 months. So that means I can take 3 months of the year off. Who do you know that can do that? I don't know anybody who can do that. It's the freedom that comes along with building a business. And if you're wondering what type of business I have, I do digital marketing. And so what I do is I've got a YouTube channel where I train a whole bunch of people and I show them basically how to get more clients, how to get more leads, how to get more sales with paid ads. And most of my clients are from overseas. So I'm very blessed because I mostly get paid in other currencies, and that's why I can have this lifestyle here in South Africa. And I've built this business up not going to school. I barely passed my matric. I didn't get amazing marks in matric. I never went to university. When I say school, I mean university. And so I've really created a beautiful life for myself. And for the longest time, I thought that the money was going to add to that beauty, but it's not. Life is what you make of it. That's what I want to leave you with. Life is what you make of it. Even if you're earning 7,000 Rand a month and you feel like 10,000 Rand extra would just solve all your problems, well, you've been there before. You earned 3.5 and you went from 3.5 and you doubled your income to 7. It didn't solve all your problems. You just went back to being more depressed and having more to complain about. There's people that have gone from 7,000 Rand a month to 17,000 Rand a month. There's still problems in their lives. There is no amount of money that you can add to your life that isn't going to result in more problems. And if you don't believe me, go ask anybody who won the lotto and who blew it all. Go ask anybody. They will tell you that. So my advice, if you said to me, Devin, how do I prepare myself for going to the next stage? Or how can I plan things better so that I don't end up feeling like a failure when the money comes? I would tell you 3 things. First thing is to love yourself. Second thing is to exercise, to meditate, to read books. Get used to growing as a person. Outside of the money stuff, just get used to growing as a person. And the third thing is give away money and help people. It sounds stupid when I say it, but your best way to handle money is to give it away. When you give away money, what happens is it opens your mind to the fact that, oh my gosh, I'm losing money. There must be more money coming. A lot of people don't understand it. You're not giving away so you can receive again, but the side effect of giving away money is you just end up receiving. And so a lot of people hold on to all of the money they have, and it creates a fear inside of them. And so what happens is when you get more money, you've got more to lose. And so every 10 Rand or 100 Rand or 1,000 Rand richer that you get 10, 100, 1,000 times more scared than you did before. That's what happened with me. Because I never grew up with all of this. So now you have all of this and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose it tomorrow. I'm going to lose it next week. Get used to giving it away so that that fear disappears. And yeah, that's it. So this is the first video on my channel. It's a brand new channel. If you want to hear more about me talk about business, money, please like and subscribe. I'm also going to leave a link below if you want to work with me, maybe do a little bit of business coaching. I don't know. I don't know what my plan for this channel is, but I know I want it to be like a diary where I come and I just talk about business and I talk about being in business, especially from a South African's point of view. All right. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.